Hello world, it's November 19th, 2025. Welcome to a new edition of Cyber Briefing by Cyber Material, Cyber Alerts, brought to you by 911 Cyber. AI agents turned against each other. Security researchers have found that malicious actors can exploit default settings in ServiceNow's Now Assist AI platform to execute sophisticated second-order prompt injection attacks. This method leverages the platform's agent-to-agent collaboration to allow attackers to unauthorizedly exfiltrate corporate data, modify records, and escalate privileges within internal systems. Malware spread through DNS rerouting. The China-aligned threat actor Plush Demon is leveraging a newly discovered custom Go-based network backdoor called EdgeStepper to perform sophisticated adversary-in-the-middle attacks. EdgeStepper primarily works by hijacking a target's DNS queries, redirecting them from legitimate software update servers to malicious infrastructure controlled by the attacker, facilitating supply chain compromises. Old finger protocol used in malware. Threat actors are resurrecting the decades-old finger command, once used for looking up user information, to retrieve and execute remote malicious commands on Windows devices. The simple protocol is being leveraged as a remote script delivery method, primarily in click-fix attacks, bypassing detection and downloading malware like info stealers. Cyber events brought to you by 911 Cyber. SANS Nashville Winter 2026 will take place on January 12th in Nashville, USA, offering immersive hands-on cybersecurity training led by industry experts. The event features a focused, distraction-free learning environment with in-person discussions, workshops, and networking sessions designed to help attendees sharpen technical skills and grow professionally. With more than 20 advanced courses covering tactics and strategy, control implementation, organizational security, and policy translation, SANS Nashville provides a deep, community-driven training experience. Find the link to register and more events in the podcast description. Cyber incidents brought to you by 911 Cyber. Under Armour hit by data breach. The Everest ransomware group claims to have breached sportswear company Under Armour, posting a sample of what they allege is over 343 gigabytes of internal and customer data on the dark web. The hackers have given the retailer 7 days to respond, raising concerns about potential identity theft, fraud, and social engineering risks for thousands of customers. Danish parties targeted by cyber attack. Pro-Russian hackers claimed responsibility for a cyber attack targeting the websites of several Danish political parties and a news outlet on the eve of local and regional elections, with the attack briefly causing the sites of the Conservatives and the Red-Green Alliance to be inaccessible. Danish intelligence had previously warned of a high likelihood of such distributed denial-of-service attacks on election-linked websites by pro-Russian groups. France hit by major cyber attack. The French social charges body Urssaf has suffered a significant cyber attack on its Page employee service, potentially compromising the personal data, including names, addresses, and social security numbers, of up to 1.2 million private employers. Urssaf has reported the breach, which did not affect bank account numbers or service functionality, and is urging all users to be highly vigilant against expected phishing scams. Cyber jobs. VanEck is hiring a cybersecurity summer intern in New York, NY for a 10-week internship running from June to August. Reporting to the CISO, the role offers hands-on experience across technology risk assessment, security governance, day-to-day security operations, and information security documentation. The program includes mentorship, networking, exposure to senior management, and insight into the financial services industry. Ideal candidates are rising juniors or above pursuing degrees in computer science or related fields with an interest in cybersecurity and strong communication skills. For more jobs, find the link in the podcast description. Cyber news brought to you by 911 Cyber. California man admits crypto laundering. A 45-year-old California man, Kunal Mehta, has pleaded guilty to laundering at least $25 million stolen in a massive $230 million cryptocurrency heist. This plea makes him the 8th defendant to admit guilt in the scheme following charges brought by the Department of Justice in May 2025. Russian suspect detained in Thailand. A Russian individual was detained in Thailand and is reportedly connected to the Void Blizzard hacking group, a relatively new threat actor aligned with the Kremlin that has attacked critical infrastructure and government networks throughout Europe and North America. RCMP launches cybercrime reporting system. The Royal Canadian Mounted Police, RCMP, has launched the new Report Cybercrime and Fraud website, a national centralized system for individuals and organizations to report incidents of fraud and cybercrime to the National Cybercrime Coordination Center, NCC, and the Canadian Anti-Fraud Center, CAFC. This crucial tool aims to overcome severe underreporting by providing a user-friendly repository of information that will help law enforcement solve cases, disrupt cybercriminal activity, and ultimately prevent future victimization across Canada. Cyber tip of the day. Old finger protocol used to launch malware attacks. Threat actors are bringing back the decades-old finger protocol to deliver remote commands onto Windows systems. Campaigns linked to click-fix attacks trick users into running a harmless-looking command that secretly uses the finger utility to pull and execute malicious instructions from an attacker-controlled server. This technique is being used to download InfoStealer malware and other payloads while avoiding detection. What you should do: never run commands sent to you through email, chat, or pop-up prompts, even if they look simple or harmless. Block the finger protocol in your environment if it is not required. Monitor for unexpected use of cmd.exe, batch files, or commands involving the finger utility. Educate users about click-fix style scams that imitate captcha checks or verification prompts. Why this matters: the finger protocol is still supported on Windows, which gives attackers a built-in tool that can fetch and run remote commands without using typical malware delivery channels. Because the attack hides inside a legitimate system utility, it can bypass many security filters and quickly lead to malware installation or credential theft. Cyberbook of the Day. Identity Theft Privacy by Robert Siciliano is a practical guide to understanding, preventing, and responding to identity theft and computer fraud. Siciliano draws on his work as a security expert and private investigator to explain how criminals target personal information and why people of all ages and lifestyles face ongoing exposure to scams, theft, and digital attacks. The book covers real-world methods used by fraudsters, the warning signs of identity compromise, and the steps individuals, small businesses, and organizations can take to secure their data both online and offline. With clear explanations and actionable strategies, Siciliano teaches readers how to strengthen their defenses, protect sensitive information, and reduce the risk of becoming a victim. Cyber stocks. On Tuesday, 18th November, cybersecurity stocks trended lower across the board as investors remained cautious amid ongoing macro uncertainty and softness in the broader technology sector. Despite steady global demand for endpoint identity and cloud security solutions, sentiment was weighed down by valuation concerns and profit-taking following recent sector gains. Geopolitical cyber risks continued to underpin long-term spending, but near-term market conditions pulled most cybersecurity names into negative territory. CrowdStrike closed at $529.78 and moved lower as investors took profit after recent strength, while broader weakness in growth-oriented tech added pressure. Palo Alto Networks closed at $202.90 and edged down, reflecting cautious sentiment around enterprise security spending cycles, despite stable platform demand. Zscaler closed at $294.92 and declined more sharply, driven by sensitivity to high-valuation cloud names and concerns around short-term IT budget moderation. Fortinet closed at $81.94 and slipped slightly as persistent worries over slowing firewall refresh activity overshadowed its solid fundamentals. Okta closed at $81.07 and recorded the largest drop among the group, reflecting investor hesitation in the identity security segment and uncertainty around pacing of new contract expansions. For more headlines, visit cybermaterial.com.